is a brand. She's Glorious Beauty, and her brand is all about inclusivity and changing the narrative in the creative sector. Yes.
Wow. On your IG story, I think this morning you wrote, creative people need time to sit around and do nothing. I'm curious, first, before we even start anything here, how often do you do that?
My weekends sometimes, but I usually take a bit of time to just relax and unwind, because if you keep on creating each and every day, you'll have a burnout. Yes, you just need time to relax and think.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So I hope even our muse is relaxed and all that. You can take a look at her IG handle, Glorious_Beauty, and see what we're actually talking about. As we continue, we'll be showing you other works apart from what she'll be doing here. Speaking of which, so what are we doing today?
We are creating a burn effect on her face, like halfway. Oh. Yes, I'm going to cover her eye and everything. Yes, so she'll be burnt one side. Most of my products are actually, I use the basic products you can find at home: tissue paper, cotton. You can, it's very easy actually.
And I feel like even as you're starting, because you can now, I'm told that women are very, very good at multitasking. Men
yes,
do that.
Yes,
so
yes.
hopefully we'll see that today. If you're really good at multitasking. But you mentioned the equipment, and I'm curious.
Okay.
So there's a rigid collodion. It's about $6, actually $6.95. That's about 1,065, 56 Kenyan shillings there. How cheap is that? And how expensive is that?
It's it's expensive. All our products are usually expensive because majority of my products are import. Yes, and if you buy, there's only one seller in Kenya. Oh. Yes, but I intend to change that.
Love that.
Yes.
Love that. So okay, I'll give you like a few minutes, you know, just to compose yourself and take a look at your canvas, which is her face.
Yes.
And as you continue, so even as you know, you prep the canvas. So how do you really earn from this, even as you continue? Okay.
I usually get shoots from models, sometimes corporates. I go for the event and they pay me to create what I do best, my art. Yes, I've worked with a couple of corporates that have really, they don't usually like me to post their work, but they enjoy it for their events.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does the skin really depend? Because I mean, as an artist, when you take a look at your canvas, you'd say, okay, this, you know, the surface of it, it's rough and all that. Does the skin of someone really, you know, unashika unasema, hii ngozi yako ni ngumu sana mimi.
No.
For real?
Every skin, I can manipulate and manage the skin. Oh. Yes, and having done this for 2 years now, I think I understand the different faces and different techniques.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So you can continue. We and you know the viewer watching us this morning will just stand here and take a look at what you're doing.
Yes.
Even as you know, relax and.
So I'm about to put latex on her face, then followed by layers of tissue paper or cotton. You can use either.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also use latex to create wrinkled effects. Yes.
So roughly how long does this take? It
will take me about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, but I can do it in 30.
I was also saying you also do your own face.
Yes.
Which one is easier? I mean, if you're doing Amuse, like
Amuse is easier. I take longer on my face. I can take up to 3 hours doing. I took 3 hours doing that, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
And funny enough and interestingly enough, the final product of that beat was interesting. When you take a look at the final product without seeing the process, it was very, very, I mean, like a can of soda is both on your eye and also on the chest.
Yes.
And you're like, Eesh.
It was a monster drink, actually. I was trying to create a monster, a half-skull monster. Yeah.
I get it now.
Yes.
And from afar, you can, see it's actually believable. Ni kama mtu alikustab na, can of monster.
Oh, thank you. It usually comes to me in dreams, actually, funny enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're there, you're dreaming, and you know what, let me just put a...
Yes, I come up with my ideas even in my dream, but I can't take all the credit. It all goes to God.
And speak of the whole ideas, because even taking a look at your work, it's mostly thematic. You probably have different themes. Ending, let's say rape and all that. It really reflects on your work and all that. Why is that though?
Why I do a lot of horror-themed looks?
Yeah.
I enjoy them. I enjoy horror movies, and actually, I think I wanted to try something different from the rest of the artists in Kenya. There are other artists who are doing the same work as me, but mine is different. I'm more focused on this than the creative, sweet side. Yeah.
Remind me not to go on a movie with you next time. No.
You're not into horrors?
Well, it depends, though. It really depends.
Did you watch the latest Nun?
I doubt. Even as you continue, there's that one on the screen. Tell us about that.
That's from among my favorite anime. Oh.
Yes.
From my favorite animation, the previous one, but that's Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long did it take for you to do that one, the Avatar?
An hour, I guess, or less, because I was doing it on someone else. Yes, it's on her YouTube channel, actually. She invited me for a show on her YouTube channel, so we were discussing more of SFX and how to create different types of art.
Is SFX really big in Kenya, according to you? I mean, are there really other big players like you out here?
Yes. Yes, there are. But mostly they focus mostly on film. But I've not started any film yet, but I'd want to start, actually. I'll be interested in that, but I also love doing this because it gives me the creative freedom, and I can walk in a shoot without having any idea and just create an idea on the spot.
Wow.
Yes.
Are Kenyans really taking up this whole idea of SFX and all that? Because I mean, there's the whole Halloween, and in US, in Europe, it's big.
It's
Halloween,
big here as well.
The whole SFX and all that on the faces, but in Kenya, people are still ish about when you talk about Halloween and all that, having the whole face paints. In your experience, are Kenyans starting to accept it?
Yes, they are starting to accept it. Actually, October is among my busiest months.
Oh.
Yes, from...
Last month you're chasing the bag real...
Every single day. Yeah, that's why I didn't create more looks. I usually have a whole series, but since I was chasing the bag, yeah, I didn't have time, so I created only that. And the Nun.
Right, so far, the progress on...
We're getting there. Then we'll get into the shading, then basically I'm done.
So when you do it, you know, you're there with the muse. What helps you focus?
Focus. My drive for the end goal. Like, I picture what I want in my mind, and I just want to put it on the muse. Because I'm an artist all round, not only this type of art. Yes.
So even apart from the face, you can also, you know, actually paint and draw on the canvas.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, funny thing actually, I have a master's degree.
Hey.
Yes. Let me tell you the story of how I started doing this. I finished my master's in diplomacy and foreign policy. You know how this Kenya is in you.
Okay.
As I was looking for a job, I said, let me do something to keep myself busy as I'm searching for work. But actually this became my career altogether. Like, I just loved it. I fell in love with it. I totally fell in love with art and just creating different aspects of art.
If given a chance, will you drop all this and, you know, go straight into matters, foreign diplomacy and all that?
Why can't I do both?
Love that.
Yes. I can do both. If I get the chance to work in foreign policy and all that, I can do that as well as do this on the side.
Okay.
Because this is my passion. I'm very passionate.
Speaking of which is the hardest SFX to ever do?
The hardest.
Someone, you know, came and told you, you know what, Makaza, I'd really want to have something very interesting on my face. And you're like, okay, I can do that, but that's going to be tricky.
I don't believe in that. I'm victorious after all.
Okay. But is there, okay, which according to you, really takes a long time?
What takes a long time?
Which kind of the whole SFX, you know, for example, you know, there's the whole band,
yes.
You know, an injury, you know, star blades, you having a gunshot wound. Which, according to you, in your experience, really has taken you the longest time?
When I was beginning SFX, I guess last year, the bullet wound effect was hardest for me because I hadn't mastered the depth and the width of bullet wounds, but now I've mastered it. So for me, that was the hardest. And yet it's such a small thing,
yeah.
But it was the hardest for me.
So this means you really have to research on, let's say if it's a bullet wound, you have to research even the image itself. So how does it look?
Yes.
The variant
gunshot wounds, yes. And how you're supposed to shade it, because not everyone's wound will be the same. Because it depends on the skin type, it depends on so many things. The shape of your face, etc. Yeah.
Kidogo nidhani ungesema shape of forehead, but...
Karibu niseme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Progress so far?
I'm just layering the last layer of tissue paper, then I get into the shading.
And even for the viewer, as you continue, can they actually do this? You know, back at home, something very minor. You know, take a look at some of this equipments, and they actually do this on their own.
Exactly like this.
Or something basic.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. It's very easy. You'll just use these body paints. I have different types of body paints. So there are colors that are usually for bruising. Purple, dark red, and a bit of yellow. So you can easily fake a bruise or a wound with that. And if you don't have fake blood like I do, you can mix some, actually, food color. Black and red, and that's it.
And you know, I was coming there because now my big question is, so how do you really make it believable? You'll take a look at some photos and, well, they're not as believable as such, but you're taking a look at another one, let's say it's a whole painting of, let's say it's a fruit, for example, and it's someone's even on the leg, or the leg they have painted a shoe, and it really looks very believable. In your expertise, how do you make the painting and all that really, really believable?
It's all about the shading.
Okay.
The shading is where it gets to be real or fake. So you have to decide, am I going to take time and really sell this and shade this until it's perfect, or nitaachia hapo? You know?
So how do you know? For example, I mean, if it's the fake blood, and we'll come to see you using it later, hopefully.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so how do you know, well, this shading is actually enough for now?
It's just an artistic instinct. For me, when I do my art, I step back like this. I look into the eye and decide, am I doing it right? Or if I need to include something, I include it.
Right.
Yes.
And I think at this point, we really have to commend Abby. Kufunga macho all this time.
Anaweza kufungua. I don't know why she's closing. You can open this one. But you're doing a great job, Abby.
Oh, yes.
How do you feel?
Like I'm on there.
So the last layer, then into the shading.
So the whole purpose of that liquid is to make it stick, or?
Yes, it's latex, liquid latex. So it enables it to stick, and I can be able to use it to create effects like, you see the way it's wrinkly? Yes. Okay. I guess she's feeling her face is heavy at the moment.
Do you have sometimes muses who really, I don't know, probably too demanding? Maybe they told you they have this idea, so they want you to execute it on them, but then later they're like, nah, that's not what I wanted.
I've experienced that.
Some annoying muses, some disturbing muses, they're like, no. Hopefully Abby isn't.
No, of course she's not. She's lovely. I've experienced that. But you know, customer is always right. You just have to do it until it works for them. You just have to make the idea pop. Yeah, so I've ever had that experience, and it was hard, but I pushed through. So I've mixed a foundation with a shade of blue to get her exact skin tone. You can actually mix this and get any type of foundation you want.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
It can be used for many, many things.
So this means you really have to understand how colors blend.
Yes. You really have to understand. For me, I've always been an artist from as young as I can remember. I started drawing at the age of 5.
Wow.
Yeah. My mom has all the drawings still now. Mothers.
Is there specific effects that you've ever done and you're like, this is my favorite at all time?
Yes, as I keep on mentioning, the nun.
Oh.
Yeah, that is my favorite thus far. But as I was starting out, I actually did quite well as well. There's an eye effect, that it seemed that I had a lot of eyes. Yeah. Maybe if you check on my Instagram, you'll see it.
And I'm pretty sure right now even the viewers like, so how is she doing this without checking somewhere? Does it come with experience that you have it in your mind that you're like, converting it through,
Yes, yes, it's experience. Usually they ask artists, why do you charge more? Why are you so expensive? It's the years of experience and mastering the skill. What I can do right now, I've taken 2 years of mastering it. That's what I can say, 2 years. It might seem like a short time, but it's actually not. I've really researched and put my time into it.
You're also the nominee of People's Choice Awards back sometime.
Yes, last month.
Last month. How was that?
It was wonderful. Just to be a creative and to be nominated, for me that was, wow, I didn't expect it. It came as a shock and I was like, I'm seeing Jesus. Everything for me is just Jesus. Yes. For actually from here I have an interview for a magazine, a creative magazine.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So for this month, I guess it's my best month yet this year.
I mean, as long as you're on TV47, then come on. Then come on.
Yes.
Is People's Choice Awards the first ever? Are there others before? Are there others you're eyeing? Other awards?
Yes, there are other awards I'm eyeing. The Plus, it's called the Plus Awards.
Oh.
Yes, I am eyeing that. Hopefully they hear this.
Hopefully. And congratulations when you actually reach there. Congratulations in advance.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So you see the shading, it's starting to look like more like her skin tone, but a bit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Actually, I was actually wondering, where did all that whole tissue go? Because at a glance, you'd probably feel like there's just that patch.
This?
Yeah. I mean, you even forget that there was the rest of it there.
Oh, thank you. It's all about blending, as I've said, blending your products to fit the wound or the creation, rather. So I'm going to all of them have different textures. They're not one and the same.
Okay.
Yeah, different textures. So I'm going to go in with a bit of red.
You had mentioned something earlier. How customers really say you charge a lot, and I'm curious, how do you charge?
It depends. If it's a shoot, for 2 hours I charge 6,000 shillings. If it exceeds my 2 hours limit, you pay 1,000 more every hour.
Okay.
Yes. But for events, I have a different charge for events and corporates because there are many people, so I have to work twice as fast with my assistants.
Oh.
Yes.
So this means that there's a whole chemistry with you and the assistant.
I don't have one assistant. I have actually 2 assistants who assist me depending on how the work is.
Okay.
Yes, but we know what to do, and yeah, it just flows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this again means you're mobile. You're
yes,
mostly not.
Yes, I'm mobile.
One specific area.
Yes, I'm mobile mostly. It works best for me, but eventually I would want to start something. Yes.
Like Victorious something.
Rorius is the brand. Actually,
Rorius is from, okay.
Actually, my followers have just known my name today. Everyone usually calls me Rorius. They're like, you're called Victorious. Whoa.
They're tuning right now. They're like, oh, so you also called Mukape?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll go in with a bit of black as well.
So the whole red is the touch of the blood, or we're not yet there?
And we're not yet there. But we're getting there. So for the black, it's different shades.
It's definitely starting to feel real. I think I'll have to scoot and see the other side. Okay, wow.
Yeah, she can just do that, yes. So shading, as I said, is everything. That's what makes your art real or fake. You see, I'm taking my time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to go in with a pair of scissors as well.
To
wait and see. Wait and see. So I'm going to just destroy the wound a bit to make it all like she pressed on a surface that had, yeah. It's not dangerous, by the way. This is very blunt.
Oh, the whole...
Yes, the whole scissors is blunt. So I'm just creating my different depths. You see the way it's sticky?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because of the latex. If you have to cut something off, cut it off. Okay. Do this for me. So I'm going to do this place as well.
Is it easy to wash it off, really?
There's a process to it.
Or say till uende umwagilie maji.
Haitatoka.
Kienyeji.
Haitatoka. Utasumbuka sana. So, and one on the nose as well.
That's for the depth.
Yes. Oh. Okay, let me leave it. It's refusing.
So far, how much percentage have we accomplished?
80%.
80%, okay.
Yeah.
So how much time do you need for the 20%?
10 minutes tops.
Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So more depth. You okay? So this is the last hole. So I'm going to go in with my black paint again. Mm-hmm. I go over the spots that I created. You see?
Oh, okay.
You see the difference?
Yeah.
Yes. So, and then again with the red. Then it's time for the blood.
The whole I was really waiting for that. I think I should have a bottle of fake blood in my house.
Why?
Just in case.
Just in case what? Are you planning to fake an injury?
Just in case. Ndio kianza kuuliza maswali nyingi.
Damn.
Yes, niliumia.
You can hire me for that. I do a fake. Okay. So, I'm going to take more of the tissue.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. And with the fake blood.
So what's the purpose of the tissue here?
I'm trying to create like heavy and sticky blood for the holes.
I can actually even see as you're dripping it how viscous it really was.
Yeah, so I'll mix it. The tissue will disappear into the solution. I'll put in a bit of black paint. Oh, by the way, me and my friends are doing a festival, an art festival that was also nominated by the People's Choice Awards as Best Upcoming event.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we are having that event on the 26th of November. So please show up and interact with us, get your face painted, do a canvas art, and much more.
So for this festival, for some of us who'd really want to wrap up the month in style, price for the tickets and all that? Maybe the location, specific location?
It's around, I think, if I'm not mistaken, around 1,600. If I'm not mistaken, for couples, either 18 or 2. But it's going to be at Wine Trails along Gong Road.
Okay.
Yes.
It's time for the fake blood.
Yes. What do you think? It's getting freaky.
Oh, yes.
Oh, some people usually ask me, I say I'm a Christian and yet I do these scary things because I'm very vocal about my Christianity even on my page. And what I usually say is, God gave me this talent. I woke up one day and I just started doing this actually. And I say it's me God. So I can't say otherwise because I didn't come up with these things on my own. And he gave me the patience and the time to learn. So this is it.
Okay.
Then we're going to go in with more blood. And just dab it all over her face.
So time for the shading has come.
Yeah, it's now the blood. The blood is going to dry out, so it's going to give it a different depth.
All right, so Victoria's being told that you could put a pause on the whole shading. One question before we cross over to a whole county diary. How does the future, I mean, it's 2 years now. How does the future look for you?
For Rorias, what I can say is I intend on creating and selling my own products. I intend to teach more people about SFX, and in general, good things are coming.
Okay.
Yes, you should expect good things from me.
All right.
Yes.
Speak of good things coming your way. Flora Limuki is on the other side. Flora, I hope you're learning a few of the things when it comes to matters makeup. Remember the whole can really mix and upate foundation up. But away from that, I believe you're crossing all the way to Kisii as our starting point on the whole county diary. Flora.
Well. Certainly that looks scary, first of all. From the screen, it actually looks so real.